things I want, there's things I think I want, there's things I've had, there's things I wanna have. Do I want the dreams, the ones we're forced to see? Do I want the perfect wife, where perfect ain't quite right? Shopping every day, yeah. Taking back the next break. You see, the more you fly, the more you risk your life. And I'm just looking, I'm not buying. I'm just looking, it keeps me smiling. A house I seen, another could have been. You drenched my head and said what I said. Said that life is what you make of it, yet most of us just fake. And I'm just looking, I'm not buying. I'm just looking, it keeps me smiling. I'm just looking, I'm not buying. I'm just looking, it keeps me trying. And I'm just looking, I'm not buying. I'm just looking, it keeps me smiling. There's things I want, there's things I think I want. bird now. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, and the bird you cannot change. And this bird you cannot change. Lord knows I can't change. Lord help me, I can't change. Lord, I can't change. Won't you fly free, bird, yeah.
So yeah, my dad was in Teesdale Search and Rescue and got into hiking, climbing a lot when he came out of the forces, and he used to go annually up to the Isle of Skye and stay in the Old Inn at Carbust or the Sir Gillian Inn, usually the Old Inn, and he would be up there for a week in May. I regularly was asked to go with him, and I always turned him down because I was at the BMF Pike Rally in May, and he died 11 years coming up in May, and since then I've really wanted to visit the Isle of Skye, but I've always found excuses probably to talk myself out of it. I'd heard a lot about the Old Inn from my dad and my uncle, and what a beautiful place it was. And when we first pulled up, we pulled up at the back of it, and it kind of doesn't do the place justice when you're in the car park. By the time you walk down and you get in there, the bar and the pub itself is really sort of old school. They do a lot of like sort of folk music nights and stuff there, live music. I would have loved to sort of when one of them was on. Outside you've got a lovely little sort of walkway with tables on, which overlooks the sea lock, and you can see over in the far distance at the bottom of the sea look the black columns sticking over the hill. The place was just full of character. Really pretty, really peaceful, and I can see why he always opted to stay there if he could get booked in there. Blackcullens is a range of mountains on Skye. There's the Red Cullens and the Black Cullens. I know my dad did a lot of climbing up there. In particular, the one I always remember the name of was Sir Gillian, which is the highest peak, I believe, on the Black Cullens, just under 1,000 metres. I know he climbed that one and quite a lot of others up there. But that was the one that always stuck out to me, which is why I wanted a picture of my bike sort of sat underneath them with that in the background. I mean, couldn't have been any luckier. The weather was beautiful. The sky was sort of sky blue. But yeah, just wanted a nice picture to hang up somewhere to kind of remember the place and the fact that, you know, he spent a lot of time up there climbed that one, and yeah, just wanted to go and see it and sort of see the island. Favourite bit for me, again, probably linked to why I wanted to go there, was to sort of see the island that I know my dad had visited lots of times, but also I think as much as I went up there on the bike, and I love riding, you know how much I love riding, I think just visiting the old inn, and sort of sitting down there on a night time. I took a hip flask full of Talisker out and tipped it into the sea log, and just that night, and then sort of sitting in the bar when we got food and sort of chatting about various things, whether it was favourite books, favourite movies, other just a bit of downtime with good friends, was really nice.
Yeah.
We then followed the road further up and headed up towards where the old manor store and the Cran was. Stopped and had a coffee at the side, looking out at the sea and either the islands or the mainland, whichever it was, which sort of had a mist on them. Again, just sort of beautiful views. The place is amazing. Really enjoyed a good part of that ride. So we visited the fairy pools. The fairy pools are on Skye, and they're renowned for being really beautiful, really clear waters, almost sort of turquoise colours. The water goes. These small waterfall pools that kind of run down. I'm sure it's the back of the Black Cullens. And we went up there. My son James was desperate to go and see them, so we had a hike. It took about an hour and 15 minutes to walk up the track following the side of them. Well worth it, because again it's just very, very, very pretty, and it just seems to go on and on and on. We did stop in Portree, which was really nice. We sat and had a drink outside of a pub in Portree, and then a walk along the harbour. And it was nice because Ian was recalling sort of stories which were lovely to hear about his dad and his memories of sailing and what have you, and visiting that particular port many years before. So that was lovely. Only regret I've got, and I wouldn't say it was a regret because it's something I intend to amend in the near future. I was wanting to go back to Skye this year. But I just think with the different things that I've got and the other things that I'm going away on with you guys, that I'm probably not going to be able to this year. Never say never. If time and money and everything was right, then I might disappear up there for a few days. But I did want to go back up to Skye, because the slight regret I had was we were on the island and exploring it for kind of one day, and it felt that I was just rushing and wanting to see everything, and didn't see as much of what I wanted to see. I would like to have had a ride around the whole island, taking in all the major points. I know there's some huge cliffs with big waterfalls that go off into the sea, which I would like to have seen. I believe that's right at the north of the island, if I'm remembering correctly. I would have liked to have maybe had a walk up to the old manor store. The pub we stayed at that night was the Dunolly. And there was a lovely little harbour out the back of that, and I thought to myself, if we get back on time, obviously I didn't because we got dragged up to the fairy pools, I would love to just went and got a couple of beers from the local shop and just sat with my feet dangling off one of them sort of harbour walls and just sat and sort of taking the view in the place in a little bit.